Hello everyone. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to create a sidebar in vue.js. So when you click on toggle sidebar button, you're going to see the sidebar. Okay, when you click on the close button, it's going to hide the sidebar. How to create this one? Well, I'm going to show you how to create this one in vue.js. So this is my basic HTML page. Okay, so I added one script, which is vue.js script. Okay, I added bootstrap.css and site.css. So site.css is empty. Okay, so I'm going to add some file there. I'm going to add some CSS over there, and you can notice that bootstrap.js is not added here. Only the bootstrap.css is added. Okay, so here I'm going to add a section called sidebar wrapper. Okay, so that section will be shown when you click on the toggle sidebar button. Okay, all right, so let's add a section here. So I'm going to add a class. So class name is sidebar wrapper. Okay, let's add another class which is overlay. Okay, and now inside the sidebar wrapper, I'm going to add another div. Okay, so let's add the class name sidebar. Okay, and here I'm going to add the text. Okay, great. You can see it here that's added at the bottom. Okay, but we want to be added on the left side or the right side. Okay, so let's add it on the left side. Okay, so we need to add some CSS in site.css. Okay, so let's add that. Okay, so here, so our class name is sidebar wrapper. Okay, so I'm going to add it here. So to use position fixed, then top, excuse me, top 0, then right 0 as well. Then let's use width 0. Okay, and then the overlay class, I'm going to add the width 300 pixel. Okay, great. And also, I forgot to put semicolon here. There you go. Also add, so here you go. So add it with 300. Now you can see it here. Also from this sidebar, you can see the um, text, the background text, which is how to create. So you need to hide this part, so you don't see how to. I mean, um, we should hide this part, right? So how to do that? So we can use the background color, which is white. Okay, so the background color white, and also let's add a box shadow here. Okay, so it will look much better. So box shadow, so I'm going to use RGBA. So let's use 0, 0 here, blue 0, and the alpha value, let's put 0.2, and then 0 pixel, 8 pixel, and 24 pixel. There you go. Now you can see the shadow here. Okay, see the shadow here. So let's add the height, which would be entire height of the screen. So I put 100 VH. Now it takes the entire screen. There you go. Great. Also, we need to add overflow, because when we change the width, we don't want to see the overflow. So overflow X should be hidden. Great. Now let's add a data here. Okay, and I want to define sidebar, which should be sidebar flag which is false initially, but when you click on the button, it would be true. Okay. So here, this is our button. So let's add the V on click. So when it clicks, I miss the V here. Okay. So V on click, when someone clicks on toggle sidebar here, so it is gonna change the value. It's gonna toggle the sidebar flag value. So sidebar flag is equal to not sidebar. So if the initial value is true, it will be false, and if it is false, it will be true. Okay, so let's try it now. Okay, so nothing happens because we added the uh, V on click in the button, but we need to add here. So let's remove the overlay from here, okay, and add the V bind class. Okay, so when the sidebar flag, the value of sidebar flag is true, then add overlay. Okay, sorry for this. Then add overlay class. Okay, and if the value is false, then don't add any other classes. There you go. Now, if you click on toggle sidebar, you can see the sidebar, but it just appears and disappears. So let's add a transition here. So transition all 0.3 second. Okay. Now when I click on toggle sidebar, you can see that it shows a little animation. Okay, but at the same time, the text expands. When it hides, text expands. Okay, how to fix that? So for that, what you're gonna do, I'm gonna put a fixed width for sidebar for these div. Okay, so let's add some CSS for sidebar class. Okay, so let's add it here. Dot sidebar, and I have to put the width of, let's use 300 pixel here. Okay, so it's the same as overlay. Okay, now when you click on toggle sidebar, now you see that the text doesn't expand anymore. Okay, the reason is now the width is fixed for this text. Okay, if you want, you can add some padding here as well, so it'll look nicer. So padding 15 pixel. Here you go. Now it looks much better. All right, now so for it works, now what do you need to do? We need to add a close button here. So when you're looking at the sidebar, you can also close it by clicking on the close button here. To add the close button here, how we can do that? Well, so for this, we're going to add a button inside the sidebar div. Okay, so we also want to add some header file, some header. Okay, so let's do that. So let's add a div class. So div class is equal to, let's use the name sidebar header. There you go. Here let's use h2 to style our header. Some header, here you go. Okay, here I'm going to use the button for closing the sidebar. Okay, so v on click is equal to, so you can just copy this condition here. So sidebar is equal to not sidebar. Okay, and inside the button, let's use span. Okay, and here we're going to use the ampersand. times it's going to show X kind of symbol in our button. Okay, and here also add, because we are using Bootstrap, so let's use a Bootstrap class here. So we just to use close. Okay, now let's see how it is styled here. Look at this, you can see the cross button here, but it's a little off, so you need to put it in the same alignment of our header. Okay, you can do that. So let's style that. Okay, so it will be a little bit here, not here, it looks ugly, so let's put it here. All right, so let's add the sidebar header here. So sidebar header, to use the display flex and align items flex start. Okay, here you go. Now for the close button, so to use sidebar header dot close. So for the close button to use some margin. Okay, so margin and to use top -15, right -15. The reason that I'm using -15 pixel, the top right bottom, is because you see sidebar has a padding 15. So for that let's add 15 pixel. Okay, pixel. But for the left part, I'm going to use auto. So auto will force this close button to the right. Okay, so when you put auto here, the close button will be forced to the right side. Okay, great. Now let's add some padding. Okay, so 15 pixel, so it will be positioned nicely now. Okay, so now let's see if our close button works. So if we click on the close button, you can see that it works. Okay, so you can close it from here or from here. Great. Now if you want to position the sidebar to the left side instead of the right side, what you have to do is to change this part. Okay, so when I put top 0 right 0, so that means it starts from this corner. Okay, now we want to do it from this side. Okay, so for that, what you have to do, we need to put left 0. So top 0, left 0. Now look at this, it's on the left side. Okay, so depending on the left or right property, it will start from the left side or right side. Okay, all right, that's it. Hope you enjoy it.